Once upon a time, in a big green forest, there lived a tiny dinosaur named Tiny. Tiny was the smallest dinosaur in the whole forest. He had short legs, a little tail, and big, curious eyes. Tiny loved to explore, but sometimes the other dinosaurs teased him because he was so small. "You're too little to play with us," the bigger dinosaurs would say. This made Tiny feel sad, but he didn't let it stop him. He knew that being small didn't mean he couldn't do great things. One sunny day, while the dinosaurs were playing by the river, a loud roar echoed through the forest. All the big dinosaurs stopped and looked around, feeling scared. What was that? They asked each other, trembling. Tiny, who was very curious, decided to find out. He tiptoed quietly through the trees, following the sound. As he got closer, he saw a big, scary T-Rex stuck in a muddy pit. The T-Rex was roaring because he couldn't get out. His big feet were trapped, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't move. Tiny felt scared too, but he knew he had to help. He was small, so he could get close to the T-Rex without being noticed. Tiny took a deep breath and said, "Mr. T-Rex, I can help you." The T-Rex looked surprised. "You're just a tiny dinosaur. How can you help me?" he asked. Tiny thought for a moment and then had an idea. "If I find some strong vines, I can wrap them around your legs and help pull you out," he said. The T-Rex wasn't sure, but he was stuck and needed help. "Okay," he agreed. Tiny ran through the forest, finding the strongest vines he could carry. He tied the vines around the T-Rex's legs, and then he called out to the other dinosaurs for help. "Everyone, grab the vines and pull," Tiny shouted. At first, the bigger dinosaurs were surprised to see Tiny leading the rescue, but they all grabbed the vines and pulled as hard as they could. Slowly but surely, the T-Rex began to move. With one final tug, they pulled him out of the muddy pit. The T-Rex was free. He looked down at Tiny and smiled. "Thank you, Tiny. You may be small, but you are very brave." All the other dinosaurs cheered for Tiny. They were amazed at how such a small dinosaur could do something so big. From that day on, Tiny wasn't just the smallest dinosaur, he was the bravest. The other dinosaurs never teased him again, and Tiny felt proud knowing that even though he was little, he could do big things.